Okay, everyone, welcome to our weekly corporate webinar. We are excited to have you on, and we've got some great updates today, as well as some training and detailed information about our newest product, Apex, which we are incredibly excited about. So let's dive right in. Again, we like to start each of these webinars with a reminder of who we are and what we're trying to accomplish. In 2019, the vision for Kuvera is truly to be positioned to improve the financial lives of each person we come in contact with. Whether they're starting with nothing or are well on their way, Kuvera can make the difference. Please, guys, latch onto this, believe it. Recognize that you have the capacity because of the products, because of the education. We're going to show you even more elements of education today. But if you truly embrace the idea that someone can, with a little bit of education, a little bit of training, gain a new skill that allows them to do things they've never done before, that empowers them to no longer fear money, but to be capable of doing with money what they have never been able to do before, you have the ability to give that to people, to share that with people, to change people's financial lives. And if you will latch on to that, if you'll get passionate about that, that passion will resonate from you to other people, and they will recognize the power of truly what you have to offer. When people recognize the power of a product, when they become naturally adapted to a product, they will naturally share the product. So if you want to grow your business in 2019, latch onto the vision of what these products do for others. Focus on the benefit for other people, and your 2019 goals can be achieved. Guys, as far as some corporate updates go, we are going to focus today on 4 primary quick updates. One is going to be EQUITYPro is crushing it. I am going to show you guys some performance numbers so far in 2019. If you are not participating in EQUITYPro, you're missing out on returns. EQUITYPro's onboarding is complete. So if you have not been participating because you didn't know how, no more excuses. All of that is ready to rumble. The university is continuing to grow in content and value. We're going to show you some of that. And we're going to do a quick policy review. So let's dive right in for our updates. Let's talk about EQUITYPro and its performance update through 2019. Starting with January, there were 3 potential entry and exits. 3 that went 3 for 3 at a 100% right there. The profit loss was 122.74%. In terms of real account gain, that's about a 12.27% gain, which is remarkable. In February, we were 2 for 3, 66%, real account gain of 1.25%. And in March, 2 for 2, again, 100% so far this month, with a real account gain of 5.11%. If you kind of pull all of that together, year to date, we're 7 for 8 on our EQUITYPro trades, 87.5% return of 186% on profit. What that really means in real account gain, guys, is 18.6%. That is outperforming the traditional market in an exceedingly great way. EQUITYPro, these are real numbers. This is what EQUITYPro is doing in 2019. This product is working, and it's working immensely well. So get in the EQUITYPro product if you have not before. And to make that easy for you, we have completely adjusted the EQUITYPro page. It's a brand new release. So if you go to EQUITYPro in your back office, what you're going to notice is a brand new release of onboarding. When you get there, you're going to have a basic overview video. You're then going to have your simple steps of activation, opening your brokerage account, the alerts, the performance, what Equity Live looks like, and then additional training information and videos. These are the opportunity you have to hear from Corey, who is fantastic. He was so knowledgeable. This is a gentleman who made it his life's mission to become a millionaire on day trading. He wanted to trade his way to becoming a millionaire, and he accomplished that. He's who you get to learn from. I want you to stop for a second and think about that. What would you have to pay? What would you have to be doing? What kind of position would you have to be in your life in order to take someone who has a self-made millionaire in the markets, who is now going to teach you how to do it? And all you have to do is log in and take a little bit of your time, energy, and effort to learn what it took him years and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of education experience and trial and error to learn. Guys, don't take this education for granted. Dive in there, learn this, and make sure you're using the products. And again, if you're unfamiliar with them, this onboarding process that's now in place for EQUITYPro will make using that product simple. So there's no excuses. Get in there and use it. It's the same thing with the university. Major education overall happening in Kuvera University with new Forex and stock market training that is in place. If you have not visited the university lately, go there. As one of the most valuable things that you can offer people as you share with them what Kuvera is all about is the ability to truly offer them financial education. Think about what people are paying for tuition, thousands of dollars. This is $150, $200 a month to get an education in the financial markets and teach yourself how to genuinely change your relationship with money, how to put money to work for you. And this education that's happening in the Kuvera University is great stuff. You're going to love it. And when you, again, embrace it and you learn something new, you're going to love talking about it. Guys, one of the things that I love about the education process, both the onboarding and the university, is that when you learn something new, you naturally are inclined to share it. You go to a new movie, you see something that piques your interest, you're naturally inclined to talk about it. You see something on television, you're naturally inclined to talk about it. You learn something new, somebody throws out a fun fact, you see a statistic on the internet that blows your mind. Guess what you do? You talk about it. The educational elements of this product can drive the business of this product, because when people feel empowered, when they feel educated, when they get that little bit of additional information, they want to talk about it. And when they're talking about it, they're sharing the products and the business, and it creates evolutionary growth across all the categories. Remember, to reach your goals in 2019, you need retention, recruiting, and results. The products of this company can generate all three. So just never underestimate, okay? Final corporate update before we dive into Apex, a quick policy review. Guys, we've had several questions and inquiries coming into compliance lately about moving inside of an organization. Is it possible? Can I do it? How can I do it? Guys, these policies inside of that exist only for extreme circumstances. As a general rule, there's no such thing as movement. Why? Because we have to protect the genealogy. In network marketing, your paycheck is based on your tree. It's based on your organization. That organization or that tree is built based on a genealogy, if you will, of people who shared it. If I get in an argument with my mom, I don't get to call somebody up and say, hey, I'd like a new mom. I got to get over it. I got to move forward and I got to move past it. If there's extreme circumstances, if there's abuse, if there are genuine problems, we want to protect our people. That is why the policies allow movement in those extreme circumstances. But just keep in mind, you're in this business because somebody took time to share that with you. And when that happens, that's locked in, and it's locked in forever. And the reason why is because it protects you. It protects you and your business, because that is what you're building. And if you can't count on that for the long term, then you cannot truly count on a residual income here, which would go against everything we stand for. Some important things to remember. When you enroll somebody, there is a window of time that exists before your placement is final. We call that the holding tank. If you bring somebody in, you're not sure where you should place them, that's where you're going to be able to make your move, not after the fact. Any request in the future has to follow exact policies and procedures, including filling out request forms. It has to be a 6-month period of time. There have to be extreme extenuating circumstances. And in the event we do receive those, 99.9% of them are going to be denied, because most of them just don't follow those extreme circumstances or that exact policy. So if you get asked, hey, could I move? Or if you meet somebody on social media and you guys become fast friends and they're like, I should move and become part of your team. What you need to do is say, hey, no, I'm happy to work with you where we're at. And do you know why? Because we can't be moving all around, because if we do that, then when you can't have confidence to share this with other people, if they could just move whenever they wanted to. So we're going to protect you and your business by protecting me and my business, by protecting the business, by making sure that we protect the genealogy or protect the value and the relationship of the sponsor and the person that has been referred to by Kuvera, told about Kuvera by you. Now, again, are there extenuating circumstances? Yes, they are few and far between, and they are extreme. But when it comes right down to it, guys, the thing to remember is You're in this business for you. You're going to be driving based on what you can do. And never forget that you have uplines. If you're not working well with the person who sponsored you, or if they just aren't working at all and you need support, look up, because there are tremendous leaders up above you that are wanting to engage with you. Engage with them, and you'll always have support. And if you don't know who that is, reach out to us at customer support and we'll connect you, because we care about you as people. We want you to succeed as people, but we also want to make sure we protect you and your business for the long term. Okay, let's dive into weekly training. We are going to focus on our Apex product. We recently launched. We're very excited about this new product. And specifically today, we're going to focus on understanding the protection plan that goes along with Apex. We've had a lot of questions, and I want to make sure you really understand how this works, because it is awesome and you're going to love it. Let's start with just a quick Apex program overview so that you really understand what Apex is. Apex is designed to be an asset acquisition targeted for passive income. That's what Apex is. The unit itself is the asset that you can purchase and put to work for you for passive income. How do you do that? Well, you have an opportunity for that strong monthly and aggregate return potential because of SafeTech offering a monthly lease on those Apex units. No time, energy, or effort is required beyond that initial purchase. You simply purchase the equipment, it does the work, you collect the check, true passive income possibility. And the original purchase is 100% protected and returned. Now notice it doesn't have any caveats about the performance of the equipment. It's truly designed on the original purchase price, 100% protected. That's where the protection plan comes in. Now, what we want to do today is focus on each one of these key players so that you understand the program, how each player fits in that program, and especially how the protection plan works. Let's start with the asset, which is Apex. So introducing the asset Apex. It is a proprietary combination of software, hardware, and firmware that produces a high-powered data processing system. It's been proven to be very effective, highly efficient at its processing capacity with unmatched computing speed, flexibility, memory, and power. The idea behind this is that leveraging that allows us to capitalize on the emergence of data technology. Now, data technology is a huge emerging space, and we've had a lot of people say, why data technology? Why are you interested in this? Guys, I can tell you that people who have been in this world have been watching, and they call it the IT era. They say it's moving from an IT era to a DT or data technology era. Let me give you an example you'll understand when it comes to data technology. Think about a photograph. You used to take a photograph, and that's all that photograph was a photograph. Now, you take a picture on your smartphone. It attaches your location, the weather at that location, the people that you're with. It automatically tags and organizes based on time, event, location, weather, and everything else in your own albums and storage. It moves them into the cloud for you for storage capacities and organizes once it's there. Think about how much data is being coupled now with just a photograph. Think about the medical field. It used to be you walked in for a scan, it was a 2D scan of your body. Now you go in, everything is 3D. Think of the number of additional pixels necessary to move everything from 2D to 3D. Look at your television sets, every game that's coming out. I used to be the pro of Mario Brothers, right, back in the day, but think about how flat that game is comparatively. You go from left to right on the screen. You go save the princess. You fight off the dragon that only goes one-dimensional. But now every video game is 3D. You can go 360 degrees. You can go left, right, center, backwards, everywhere because it's all 3D graphics and animation. That is all data. Who's going to process all of that data? How does all of this 3D rendering, artificial intelligence, data components piled all together, how does it get used? What happens to it? Every ounce of that is what's happening in the data technology world, and we plan to be a significant player in that world through SafeTech. Now, SafeTech is where the lease portion of this program comes in. SafeTech is owned by a publicly traded company called InvestView. That's right. SafeTech is a sister company to Kuvera and is another wholly owned subsidiary of InvestView. They are separate and isolated because their entire focus is on generating this world-class data mining and processing facilitation so that they can use these Apex units to truly emerge as a leader in the data tech space by leveraging all of that processing power. Now, speed to market in this space is imperative because it's a constantly evolving and booming space. So they're choosing to allow individual owners to own an Apex unit and then lease that equipment back from them so that they can cut back on upfront costs, increase scalability and profitability right out of the gates for a great model to truly attack the data technology marketplace. That is where SafeTech comes in. Now, the protection plan, or TPI, which is Timeless Protect, that protection plan is truly an innovative investor and client cashback protection program. The money that you pay 25% more on your unit to get protection plan added to it. The money goes into something called TPI Trust, or Timeless Protect Inc.'s Trust. It is managed by a third party, Clariant Capital, that has 50 plus years of experience in managing these types of financial vehicles. TPI Trust, the principal units going into TPI Trust, or those principal monies, is actually insured through a group called Jones Brown, who holds a Lloyd's of London insurance policy on the initial principal going into that trust. Each customer is then guaranteed to receive 100% of their initial purchase price back at the end of 12 years. So essentially, your money goes into a trust. It goes to work. They're putting that money to work. And it is earning them money year over year over year over year over year to the point where they're then comfortable saying, great, we'll let you cash out this money because you've put it on loan to us all these years. We'll let you cash that back out, again, protecting that initial capital. It has nothing to do with the performance of your equipment. It is better than insurance because it is about your protecting of your initial principal, and you get it back whether this goes fantastically well. You go for 5 years, capture all of your lease payments, you still get your original principal back through this protection plan. Now, to help you understand, we put together a simple little graph to make sure you understand the flow of how all of these pieces come together. So you as the customer purchase an Apex unit. You fund that with that purchase agreement there. Then it comes down into the two parties. You have SafeTech, which is then taking that money and putting that equipment online and giving you back your lease agreement, and Timeless Protect, who is then ordering and creating for you this protection program. Now with that, they then take the money and stick it in that TPI Trust, and they take the other portions of that money that is used for operations and additional insurances, which they go through Jones Brown and secured Lloyd's of London insurance on your money coming in, and that principal balance that's sitting in the trust working for you day after day after day. Now, the reason why this works this way is because when you take that money, so you take 25% of your purchase, or $2,750, added to your $11,000, your unit is now $13,750. But it guarantees that cash back like this. You can cash 33% after 5 years, which is a little over $4,500, 66% after 9 years, and 100% after 12 years. Why the discrepancy? Why the difference in these pieces? Let me tell you. 33% after 5 years is because your money has been in that system working. It's been in that system working for 5 years. Now, after 5 years, because you only put $2,750 into that trust, if you realize, it has not generated enough money for them to go in and say, yeah, you will give you $13,750 after 5 years. The money has to be used long enough to create enough capital in that trust to give you back the original principal. That's why after 9 years, they say, great, we're comfortable giving you 66%. After 12 years, we're comfortable giving you back your entire 100%. They give you the option for cashing in along the way. Now, keep in mind, if you cash in, you're forfeiting anything remaining. Now, people say, well, wait a second, why is that? Where's the rest of my money? If you pull your money out of the trust and it's no longer generating monies, you are taking the amount of money your money has created up until that point. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So you can choose to cash in at these different dates, but once you do, you're forfeiting any potential remaining balance. Now, let's look at the financials, because you might be thinking to yourself, well, wait a second, doesn't that mean this is actually more expensive? It's really not. I will pay $13,750 for the unit. I get a $500 lease coming back for 60 months. And after 5 years, let's just do the 5-year example so that everything's inside of 5 years for comparison. I cash in $4,500. Now I collected $30,000 over the 60 months. Now I've got my I've got my cash in. So over 5 years, my total collected was $34,500. My profit, if you take out the $13,750, was $30,787, nearly $31,000. Now, if I do without the protection plan, I pay $11,000 for my unit. I still get $500 on the lease, so $30,000 after 60 months. But if I take out my $11,000, then my profitability goes down dramatically, right? So your protection plan gives you better financials. Now, let's do the buy four, get one free example. Now, with the buy four, get one free example on the Apex units, you are buying 4 Apex units and getting one free for a total of 5. You're going to pay $13,750 for those 4 units, which brings the cost to $55,000. But you do have a 5th unit that you got for free. So you have 5 units times $500. That gives you $2,500 a month for 60 months. You do that for 5 years, you're at $150,000 over the 60 months. If you want to cash in after 5%, you get 33% of your total $55,000 back for $18,000. That makes that $168,000 over 5 years. Take out your original $55,000 and you have $113,000 profit after 5 years. Now, without the protection plan, again, you're buying 4 units for $11,000. That's $44,000 in total cost. You're still getting the 5th unit for free. So you have 5 units times $500. That's $2,500 a month for 60 months. That generates $150,000 over that 60-month lease. Take out the original cost of $44,000 and you're left with $106,000. Again, look, even though you're paying more up front, look at the difference after 5 years. You're still generating more money with the protection plan, even though it's costing you more, and you're mitigating the risk. Guys, the reason why the protection plan is so powerful is risk mitigation, okay? So think about this. Again, the summary, you purchase an Apex unit. SafeTech leases that unit from you for a monthly passive income for 60 months, and then Timeless Protect provides that cash back protection on that purchase. Guys, this is a powerful program. And it's a powerful program because when you're talking to friends and family, when you're talking to people that you love, and it involves money, anything that you can do to provide security, to provide risk mitigation is going to be important because we understand that money gets in the way of relationships sometimes. And we want to make sure that everything that we do recognizes not only your opportunity to share this with others and improve their financial lives, but also mitigates the risk that ever might come into their financial life because of the program you introduced them to. These units, this data technology space is enormous. These units are powerful. The way SafeTech is working with these units inside of data technology is a tremendous business model. And your ability to protect that initial principle through Timeless Protect makes the whole thing come together in such a powerful and profound way. Now, why do I love the concept? I love the concept of Apex, guys, because not only is this a great, unique program that nobody else has, it truly creates passive income, but it can be coupled so well with our existing product lines. I want you to think about this. The normal person may say, look, I love that you're teaching me what to do with my money, but I don't have enough money to fund the account to actually do the trade. So what can I do here? If I had an income, a passive income of $500 a month, that I could leverage parts of that to actually put to work for me in the marketplace, the education that I'm receiving through our other products, now I can take what I'm getting from my lease payments and grow it. Instead of just having it sit there, I can go grow it with the other products. And it works in reverse as well. If I don't have enough money yet to acquire an asset, I can use our other products to build my finances up to a point where I can afford to acquire an asset generating passive revenue for me. And the passive revenue it generates can then go back and be used to increase the value of that passive income by putting it to work. Guys, these products work together seamlessly. Will everyone be able to afford a $13,000 purchase tomorrow? No. Maybe it's 1 out of 5 for you. Maybe it's 1 out of 10. But let me tell you how powerful this is. Because of the way the compensation plan works around Apex, the fact that it is a monthly payout for 60 months and there is no attrition, even if it's only 1 out of 5, there is a commission payment coming in through your organization that is not going away for the next 5 years. What does that do for retention when those sales are placed inside of the organization? Think about that. It drives retention. It doesn't have to be everyone. This isn't about using Apex or using the other products. This is about how well these products synergistically work together to capitalize on the entirety of the financial education system. Kuvera, again, we started with the vision of Kuvera. We are here to change the financial lives of everyone that you come in contact with. If I don't have even a decent relationship with money, then start me on Money Pro. You learned about that in last week's webinar. It's a great product that teaches debt elimination, budgeting, and financial management. Start them there. If I have a little bit, but I don't know what to do with it, teach me how to educate myself and put my money to work for me. It is a skill that will impact and bless my life forever. If I have some money, teach me how to use that money, not sitting there in an account doing nothing, but creating an asset that creates passive income for me, that I can then take that passive income, put it to work for me, and actually magnify my potential return. Guys, this is why I love Apex. It's the whole financial picture from start to finish, from those who have nothing to those who have some to those who have much. It captures the entire world. And that is the vision of Kuvera 2019, is to positively impact the financial life of everyone that you come in contact with. And with the addition of Apex and our other product lines, you now have the power to do that. So learn about this product, learn about the compensation behind it, watch the videos, get in there and study the tools, and share this with those whom you come in contact with, because it is a great opportunity for passive income. Thanks for joining our webinar. Thanks for jumping on. Have a magnificent night, and we'll see you next week.